Send in the clowns. And you know what? It's like that saying, you know, you ask and you shall receive. And we have received, we have got the clowns, they have been sent in. And for today's video, the clowns are from CNN. CNN are pretty much trying to say that Joker movie by Todd Phillips. They are comparing Arthur's character to Donald Trump. Oh my, let's just go ahead and get this video started because I have a lot to say. So, we're going to talk about this because this is just utterly ridiculous of CNN. Firstly, I just want to say, without spoiling anything, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. It was a perfect piece of art. It was a piece of art, honestly. And I wouldn't normally give a movie 10 out of 10 unless I found it flawless, perfect. Don't even like using the word epic, but it was epic because I'm using it in the right, way. If I'm going to be starting to, talk about spoilers, I'll let you know when, but I just wanted to let you know that. Go out and see it. It's a brilliant movie. Now, let's get on to this. My first question is, why on earth is a news coverage channel? Now, I live in Ireland, I don't have CNN, but I know it's a news coverage channel. My question straight off would be, why is CNN, as a news coverage channel, discussing a comparison of the character Arthur to Donald Trump? That doesn't sound like proper real news coverage to me. Maybe go and cover something that's, more serious and that is, classed as more, news coverage. To me, it's more the guy that wrote this article for CNN on his opinion on this movie, which, first of all, I'll be honest, if he has seen it, like genuinely has seen it, I would recommend that he goes and sees it again. Because if what he took from that film was, oh, his character Arthur reminds me of Donald Trump, then go and see the movie again, mate, because you didn't watch it right. That is literally not what I took from the film whatsoever. What I took from the film was it was based heavily on realism. It was based on mental health. Again, not giving away any spoilers. It was based on economy. It was based on, life. So, if that's what you took from that, oh my. But here is the thing. This guy has his own gripe. That is literally what this article is. He has his own gripe. And I am going to be reading out part of the article. Of course, it is on CNN and you can read the whole thing there. But I am going to be going through, the important sort of parts of it that I want to share with you. But before I do that, I just want to say, at CNN, it must be pretty damn cold. Because the snowflakes that have came from CNN, from this guy as well, Jeff, that has done this article, the snowflakes came the whole way over to Ireland this morning when I was having my coffee and I was reading through all this and reading into it. And to be honest, it did infuriate me because I have seen the movie. I went and seen it when it came out on the 4th of October and I honestly was so happy with it. It was my most anticipated movie that I wanted to go and see. And here is the thing, before I get to reading out part of the article, I just want to say that let's bear in mind here, it is a movie. And not only is it a movie, it is an R-rated movie, okay? It is a reimagination of an iconic villain. And it's a brilliant reimagination, a phenomenal, reimagination by Todd Phillips of this iconic villain, Joker, okay? I have said that about a few times now because that was how I explained it in my spoiler review, because that is the best way that I could describe it. When I came out of the cinema, I said to my boyfriend, I think the best way for me to go home and describe this tonight on my review without spoiling anything is that it's literally, a perfect reimagination of an iconic villain. Like, that was amazing. Wow. But you know what? There's so many snowflakes. When I came out of the cinema, there was a girl and a guy standing. And the girl said, oh my gosh, that was like so weird. Like, what was that all about? Like, what was up with that? And then her boyfriend went, yeah, it was too weird. I didn't like it. I thought to myself, what did you expect to go in and see? Tinkerbell floating pixie dust around the screen. It's not Disney. It's not Tinkerbell. You are watching an R-rated movie about someone who you should literally know is nuts, is crazy. He's a villain. This is the kind of guy that if he wanted to set you on fire, he'd set you on fire. If he wanted to throw acid over you, he'd throw acid over you. So, you know, let's not beat around bushes here. It's an R freaking well rated movie. The movie shows realism. The movie also shows that, for example, Arthur's character, there could be someone down my street, round the corner. There could be someone round the corner from you, on your same building, your same apartment block, or whatever you want to call it, that is going through the same mental things he's going through a similar thing that he is going through. Again, I'm not spoiling anything here, guys. And that was the director's whole point, that it's realism to the point that these things go on. You know, we've seen all about, you know, the economy and everything. So understand why these kind of snowflakes are going out of their way to crap all over this movie. We might get into spoilers, guys, because I am going to be reading from the article. In fact, I will be getting into spoilers. So I'm giving you clear warning now. I do not want to be the type of person that ruins something for anybody for a movie. Please go out and see it and enjoy it. I highly recommend you don't listen to this because you'll enjoy it more when you go and see it. Just in case, guys, please click out of the video. Okay, we're good. Yous have gone. We're good. So, this guy, Jeff Yang, I'm just going to read some of it out. He said, while many reviewers have focused on Fleck, which of course is Arthur, Joker, as an incel hero, his status as a sexless loner who turns to violence, the true nature of the movie's appeal is actually broader. It is an insidious validation of the white male resentment that helped bring President Donald Trump to power. And I just want to really quickly say here, guys, before I continue, see if this guy, you know, didn't mention, you know, President Donald Trump in that sentence, you better believe it, guys. He would have thought of something else, and he'd have threw someone else's name in there just to moan and just to cry, you know, quite literally, to snowflake. Then it goes on to say, Joker at its core is the story of the forgotten man, the metaphoric displaced and disenfranchised white man whose goodwill has been abused and whose status has been reduced, a man who has been crushed underfoot by the elite, dragged down by equality-demanding feminists and climbed over by upstart non-white and immigrant masses. Phillips, who is, you know, the director, Todd Phillips, clearly wants Joker to yank at the chains of a society that has increasingly found his shock-fueled style of storytelling less relevant and more problematic. It's worth noting that since Phillips' breakthrough hit The Hangover, his box office totals have trended downward in almost linear fashion. And I'm just going to be honest, I watched The Hangover after many people going on and banging on about how wonderful and how hilarious it was. I hated it. I found it boring. I didn't laugh once. What was that? That was time I'm not going to get back again. But you know what, Todd Phillips? You literally wheeled me so much back in by this freaking well masterpiece. It's like I said in my review, you're a freaking well legend. You are a legend. This movie was perfection at its finest. See if DC can make movies like this, get them to keep hiring you. Quite literally, please keep hiring Todd Phillips to do DC movies, right? Now we're going to go on. This goal was made explicit in Phillips' attacks on the outraged culture of the far left and his extended complaint to Vanity Fair that the anything goes douche bro comedy genre he helped launch had run aground on the iceberg of political correctness. Go try to be funny nowadays, with this woke culture. He told them comedies don't work anymore, he said, because all the comedians are afraid of offending people. Hats off. So I go, how do I do something irreverent? Oh, I know. Let's take the comic book movie universe and turn it on its head. And before I go on, guys, I am absolutely with Todd Phillips in saying that because he is so right. As I said before, look at Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones. Look at Bill Burr's Netflix special. Both those comedy specials that were on Netflix. Nothing in them that anybody should be taking offence to, but that's what people do. They get things and they twist it and they make it into the way they want to. And, you know, they read into things too much to the point where they don't even realise what they're talking about, and they don't even realise what they've took offence to, probably, more than likely. So we're going to go on. After watching Joker, it's easy to decode what Phillips really meant in his quote. And it's the same thing that fired SNL cast member Shane Gillis, I don't know who that is, meant when he accused his repeated use of racist, misogynist and homophobic slurs as pushing boundaries. It draws from the same well of resentment that Trump strums with his racist rhetoric at his rallies. The fear of no longer being at the centre of the political, social and cultural universe, with everyone who isn't you positioned at its perceived edges. After all, being racist, sexist and anti-gay only pushes boundaries. If you define yourself as normal and define non-white, non-male, non-straight people as marginalised outsiders. It doesn't quite seem like coincidence that Fleck and his mother reside in a rundown building that seems otherwise occupied by non-white tenants, prompting Mother Penny to assert that if her old employer Thomas Wayne saw how they are living, he would be disgusted, or that the movie opens with an attack on Fleck by black and Latinx youth, referred to by one of Fleck's fellow white male clients as savages and animals. This man subsequently offers Fleck a gun. Gotta protect yourself, he says. It also doesn't quite seem accidental that all the incidental characters Fleck encounters are black. The social worker who tunes him out during counselling sessions, the woman on the bus who fearlessly, shoos him away for her toddler, which was seen in the trailer, the admin who tries to prevent him from getting his mother's hospital records, and the object of his desire played by Sassy Beats. Hope I pronounced that actress's name right. I think, really they're just shut up. You're looking way too much into things there, So to be honest, guys, this article really is frustrating me and just boring the freaking heck out of me. You can go on and read it if you want, but I'm going to just read the end part because there's a lot to this article, but I'm going to read the end part. At the end of the movie, a triumphant Fleck, seemingly dead but magically revived by the cheers of a throng of clowned masked riders, does a grotesque soft shoe on top of shattered cop car, literally dancing on the destroyed remains of the rule of law. Imagine Fleck as Trump. Oh my, shut up! Shrugging off impeachment, rebounding with his roaring red-hatted supporters, whining re-election against every prediction and probability. Phillips may not have intended for his film to be a political parable, or maybe he did, but it's hard to imagine a darker ending for our real wood horror comedy than that. And I think at this point I should just probably find it funny. It's not funny, but funny in the sense that, you'll either laugh, you'll cry kind of thing. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely freaking ridiculous, honestly. Why are people out to crap on this movie? If you don't like the movie, you don't like the movie. That's a different thing. But stop trying to bring politics into it. It is literally about a villain, okay? And his struggles and how he got from A to B. How he got to become Joker. Now, another thing that's a problem, apparently, for CNN is Gary Glitter, whose real name is Paul. And if you don't know who Gary Glitter is, well, I don't kind of know how to word this, but he did, really bad, evil, horrible things that no one should, do, okay? And in the 80s, he was pretty famous, right? And there's a song of his in the movie where Arthur is, dancing on the staircase. And a song of his was played. And CNN are pretty much saying, he shouldn't be making money from that. He's going to be making money from that. He might be making six figures or whatever. Why does that bother, again, a news coverage channel? Why does it bother them if he makes $10, whether he makes $100, $10,000? Who freaking well cares? At the end of the day, newsflash, even though you're a news company, that's kind of life. That's life. That is how life works. He's going to be getting money from that. What's your problem? Do I condone his behaviour? Absolutely not. But let's face it. Let's think of any artist that does a song and the song's in a movie or used wherever, right? Okay? Who cares? Whether they're crazy, whether they're senile, whether they have done messed up things, they're going to get money for it. Newsflash, CNN, they are going to get freaking well money for it. I just wish we could watch a good movie nowadays, enjoy it for what it is, and not have people coming out and crying about it. This has got beyond ridiculous to the point where it is so boring. It is a snooze fest. I don't even know what else to say. My mind has been blown by CNN, by this, honestly. You can let me know, you know, what way sort of CNN is in general, but from reading this, snowflakes is what comes to my mind. And honestly, anybody can go and see this movie. This is the kind of movie that anybody can go and see. You don't even need to be a DC fan. If you appreciate a really good origin story, it is obviously, of course, an origin story. If you just appreciate a really good story in general, it really is a fantastic movie. Honestly, I cannot stress enough how well it was done and how much I would recommend it. The cinematography was just absolutely stunning. The acting was unbelievable. Joaquin Phoenix was just... he literally blew it out of the water. He really, really did. And I hope he gets an Oscar for it. I know people were sort of banging on about Oscars before the movie even came out. But to me, I'm like, yeah, I would have to go and see the movie first to determine whether he would deserve an Oscar. I can't tell from just trailers. Yes, it looked good and all. But I'm not going to say someone deserves an Oscar before you can go and see the movie. That would be wrong of me. But after seeing the movie, he does. He literally does. And I actually have been sitting thinking since I've seen the movie, was he better than Heath Ledger? Or was he just as good? Or did he come damn well close? Because you know what? He might end up being my favourite Joker. He was absolutely terrific. And things like this annoy me. And it's these snowflakes that try and ruin things for everybody. And you know what? I'm not just going to sit here and let them talk nonsense. I'm going to come on and I'm going to go, look guys, these people are saying this, they're talking nonsense, go out and see the damn well movie anyway. Honestly, some people might not want to talk about things like this on their channel, might be a bit afraid to talk about things like this on their channel. I couldn't care less. At the end of the day, it's the gosh darn truth, and I'm not saying anything wrong. All I'm saying is, this is a brilliant movie. People are trying to find things and find nonsense that isn't even there. That isn't even there. If you're going to go there, then go and take offence at tons of movies, you know. Take offence to that. Take offence to a ton of computer games. You know, where does it end? Where does it end? It doesn't with these people. That is the freaking well problem. I don't even know what else to say, guys. Sometimes things like this just... I honestly... the world worries me. It has worried me for a long time. But these kind of people just, annoy me. This is just this one guy on this article that has his own freaking well issue. And I don't even think he's seen the movie. Honestly, again, as I say, if that is what you take from the movie, you go and see this movie and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to compare Arthur to Donald Trump, then go and buy another cinema ticket and go and rewatch the movie. Again, that is not what this movie is about. That is not what this movie seemed like to me. That is not what I came out of the cinema and took from this movie. What I took from it was, this was a brilliant origin movie of an iconic villain. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself. I'm getting annoyed. But anyways, guys, I will see you all in my next video because this is just ridiculous. And until then, don't forget that the Force will be with you always. And if you haven't went out and seen Joker, go and see it. Don't know why you would still be here though, because I did explain that there was massive spoilers pretty much within that article. If you want to read the whole darn thing, it might bore you, but you can go to CNN. Go into the search engine and type in Joker and you'll find it in the article. The article's called Joker, a Political Parable for Our Times. Wow. Okay guys, talk to you soon. Bye.